Okay, so we're doing an audible because it's so cold. Enich Harris, he's part of the film, and I have to listen to him because he's calling the shots. Let's. Can we bring out everyone from Trilogy? Warm well. You guys know Enich Harris, one of the co-founders of the festival.
Hello.
Hey, Enich.
Yeah, Griffin.
Yeah, introduce everyone.
Griffin, Colapinto. We got Seth, Moniz, Andy.
Enich, how long have we been waiting for this movie? Come on, seriously.
Oh man, this has been a long project for me. I started on this journey a while ago.
All-star crew, yeah. You guys recognize all-star cast right here, right? Yep. So good to see you, by the way. Yeah.
Good seeing you, Pat.
So let's talk about this. I know when it was just kind of an idea, a little seedling. Can you take us through the process?
Yeah, I mean, we actually started this project out as Griffin's film back in like 2018 when Billabong said, yeah, let's do a film on Griffin. We were psyched to do. Griffin wanted to do a film, and the world changed in a big way. We went on a trip to Morocco with Nick Fanning and Joel Parkinson, and Griffin ended up getting hurt on his fifth wave. We traveled like 36 hours to go do this, and he ended up getting hurt. So we kind of had to relook at it. Griff had to go home and get healthy, and had to kind of regroup for the tour. So we kind of, then COVID hit, and we tried to make a film through COVID, and so we kind of had to hit the brakes and kind of regroup. And that's when Andrew Mackenzie, here to my right, the director of the film, came up with a new idea to do a kind of a sequel to Trilogy, the first one that Taylor and I did back in 2007. So yeah, that's kind of where that whole mission started.
I'm curious too, Andrew, because you didn't come directly from the surf DNA, and you took a really interesting perspective. How did you get the idea, and how did the creative manifest itself to come into such a cool project?
Yeah, it's a funny story. I actually was in the Marshalls. I think it was like literally 3 weeks before COVID, and I was in the Marshalls, and the plane that I took in was literally the plane that Ethan, Griffin, Seth were taking out. And it was pumping, and like Seth acted like he had known me in my whole life, walked up to me, he's like, you better get out there, like it's so fun. And I went out there, pig dogged it around, probably ugly, but I was like, damn, I want to see what they did with this wave. And I saw Stab put together a little edit, and I saw it, and it just kind of clicked for me. Like immediately I was like, oh, like there's a chance here for a new trilogy, and like these three guys, like exactly where they are in their careers, like they're kind of the next three up. And for me, it was like after I saw that edit, I wrote the treatment during COVID, and I came out and brought it to Taylor and Enich, and they introed me to Evan Slater, and we were off to the races. So
it's a stellar team. And speaking of stellar teams, and the addition, with having Taylor on board, you're going to get the goods. I mean, your IMDb reads like War and Peace. It's pretty thick. You've provided so much story, so much incredible surf over the last couple of decades. When this project came into your arena, I mean, what did you think when you first heard about it?
Yeah, like for me, making another surf movie is not something that I'm like really trying to do that often. And so it requires like a new slant on it, a new style, a new, just energy perspective. And so Andy came up with the idea and really wanted to bring Trilogy, but also shoot it differently. And I knew his body of work from his commercials and his other films. And I knew it was going to be filmed completely different. And I thought the idea of a trilogy, but with friends, was the next evolution of it. So I was excited by the idea of getting a group of friends together that are at the peak, going on these crazy trips, shot with his cameras, and doing that inspired me. And
it's fair to say you've seen a lot of generations of tight friends and surfers at their peak. I mean, going to Momentum and all those generations. What do you make of this? How would you assess this crew here?
Yeah, well, this crew's, as good as it's ever been. One of the things that sticks out for me is, how deep it goes. It's not only great style, but they charge, They could do amazing errors, progression, and then there's a humbleness with it. And when I see the humble sort of side of it, I know that they have a long way to go. When it's too cocky, then it sort of feels like it's at the top. But it's inspiring to see how humble they are with their surfing and attitude.
Yeah. I feel that I don't know, maybe the humility thing gets beaten into it, the younger surfers nowadays. How about, maybe favorite moment for you guys? I know you had some pretty epic locations and, conditions, some challenges, injuries aside. Maybe a high point for you?
High point? I would say going from challenges of filming this film, we were in a full year of competing on the world tour and dealing with doing contests and then going on surf trips with friends and really working hard on this film was it was quite difficult, it was a lot of sacrifice on your body because we were going from South Africa surfing an event and then going on a 14-day surf trip where we're surfing every day in 30-degree water and 5'4" hoodies every single day. So, I would say that was the difficult part of just being healthy throughout the whole film. And, we did it, we did a whole 2 years of filming around the world while we were traveling on tour, and it really worked out. And some of us had our best years on tour, so I'd say that was a highlight after filming the whole film and going home and just realizing we all had some of our best results that year. And at the end of the film we progressed a lot, just being able to surf the best waves we can possibly find throughout the world. Would you guess to maybe think that the time putting in all that free surfing and obviously there's a lot of hard work, but that's you got to see some of the dividends on the competitive side because of that? Do you think part of that has to a little bit back and forth?
Yeah, for sure. I know, the periscopes thing, Seth was unfortunately hurt, but Ethan and I ended up surfing for we ended up surfing periscopes for 16 hours in 2 days. And then the last 3 events after that were El Salvador, J-Bay and Tahiti and Brazil. But then the next the El Sal and J-Bay were both right points, same as periscopes, and then we both ended up winning those contests.
They won the next 2 contests after we were in Bali. So Griffin, I got hurt in Bali. Griffin won the next contest, and then Ethan won the contest after that. So it's definitely a good warm up.
Boat trip warm up definitely does it. It pays dividends. Enich, I know you over the years. You're all the time. How many years in total were you at Billabong?
I was at Billabong for 14 years.
14 years. I remember running into you. I think we were at Roxy's, and you were that was when you were on the Mega Death Star. But you've covered a lot of projects over the years, from Parco on down.
Yeah, I've worked with a lot of athletes through the years, and I have to honestly say I've never been with a crew of athletes. Seth, Griffin, and Ethan actually worked harder than any surfers in my entire career that I've worked with. I've never seen the surfers actually almost outwork the staff. We were there filming, and they just wanted more and more and more. They put so much effort in this movie, and so rewarding when you see surfer, to be part of a project with the 3 amazing athletes like this, but their work ethic and their dedication and what they did for this film was, I've never seen it. It was above anything I've ever seen.
And I want to echo what Taylor was saying too, just about how every box is checked when you talk about the progression, the airs, but the power, there's the power of your guys surfing is just so impressive. And the hard work it doesn't go unnoticed. Everyone thinks that it's like hot tubs and sunshine, but you guys have to put in the work and the time, right? It takes its toll. You mentioned just on traveling, right? Yeah. I want to get into the drone approach and kind of what your biggest kind of things that you're happiest with visually on this movie, and maybe what went into that of kind of taking a different approach, getting those angles.
Yeah, I think we were really lucky to work with Taylor on proximity, and I think using proximity almost as a guinea pig, and Taylor's cameras paying the price back then, I think we started to see what was possible. And I think kind of coming through COVID and really seeing like kind of what was new with a style of drone cinematography called FPV. So like pilots flying through VR goggles essentially. That was kind of like the new spin that I thought would really like separate it from anything in the past. And that, I think, even immediately, like on the first trip we did, which was Peru, like we saw pretty quickly like what was going to be possible with it and kind of pushing the limits. But I think like even past that, like having an amazing cinematographer in Aiden Ulrich with us, our DP, and like really trying to push the limits of like what type of cameras we were using, what type of lensing we were using, even like down to filtration and those things to really make it look different and elevate the look above like kind of where surfing had been. And I think it translates. I mean, I hope it translates. I hope you'll see it. But I think for me, it was like really trying to bring technology into the fold and you know, make something different and bring something new to surfing.
Can I ask you guys, I mean, in terms of the competitive spirit, how much fire do you have in the belly? Like if you could snap your fingers and just go lifestyle surf trips forever, or you just want to you want to keep getting at it on the competition front? Where does it sit with both of you?
You go first.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess wherever the sponsors pay us where to go, kind of.
You're accepting
but-
offers, officially accepting offers? Okay.
Nah,
Yeah.
but in all seriousness, I mean, this is just like a cherry on top of like what we do, because we love competing, and that's what we do, you know. That's our lifestyle. That's everything. And then being able to film a movie with Taylor Steele, someone we've looked up to and someone we watch his videos every single day. Till this day, we still watch Trilogy and all his films, like to go surf. It's not like, you know, it's still a daily thing. So to get offered something, we met Andy on a random trip in the Marshall Islands, and you know, he brought this whole dream to fruition. And then we're able to work with Taylor Steele, just like a legend in our minds, you know. Just it was definitely a big experience for us and something we dreamed of doing from when we were kids.
I was weaned on loose change, so yeah. Well, I'm so excited. I mean, I don't think we can start this any sooner. We've been waiting, like I said, it's been 3 or 4 years, Enich, since inception.
Yeah,
It's-
it has, and it's
okay.
and you guys are lucky tonight to be able to see it. The real world premiere is not going to be until January, so it's really awesome to be able to bring this film to Laguna and everyone here to get a sneak peek of it. So, yeah, really
All right.
excited.
What do you say we do it?
Yeah, thank you, Coast Film Festival, for putting us on. This
Absolutely.
is awesome.
All
Yeah,
right.
thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate you guys all being here. Like, it's really special to be able to show this movie to our community here in Laguna. So I really appreciate you guys coming. So thank you guys.
I think
Thank
it's
you,
a
guys.
testament to all that Enich's doing for the sport and pushing it forward and progression. And, you know, this film festival is Enich's vision coming to life. And I've been the last 2 years to watch. And even like the difference between this year and the last 2 years, like it just keeps getting better and better. And so we're just so stoked to be here and thankful to Enich for giving us the op.
Thank you, Enich. Thank you, guys. Let's do this. Trilogy, the premiere. Here we go.